The world is now in crisis and suffering in the pandemic called COVID-19. It affects every human, especially their works, business, and their everyday life. In terms of education, teachers and students are challenged by this new normal, but they still found a way to continue the classes. And it is to learn through the use of devices. By the use of different devices and internet connection, students can acquire knowledge and study at their home despite of the pandemic. It provides the necessary adjustments to continue the classes from face-to-face learning to online learning. On September 14, 2020, the School of Cabuyao Institute of Technology, CITech, commenced the online learning. Through the use of devices and internet connection, students still continued their education at home, even though there is a pandemic. Cabuyao Institute of Technology provided a learning management system, which is the Microsoft Teams application. This application is for students and teachers to transmit and submit their schoolworks easily. Microsoft Teams is naturally integrated with familiar Office application and is built from the ground up on the Office 365 Global Secure Cloud. It was created in the year of 2017. It is a persistent chat-based collaboration platform complete with document sharing, online meeting, and many more extremely useful features for business communications. Having an excellent team space key to being able to make a creative decision and communicative with one another. At Microsoft Office, teams are deeply committed to the mission of helping people and organizations achieve more, and reinventing productivity for the cloud and mobile world is core to their ambition. They built Microsoft Teams because they see both tremendous opportunity and tremendous change in how people and teams get work done. Teams are now more agile and organizational structures more flat to keep communications and information flowing. With Microsoft Teams, they aspire to create more open digital environment that makes work visible, integrated and accessible across the team so everyone can stay in the know. In order to avoid the conflicts, the researchers found a way that might help us to know the effectivity of Microsoft Teams. By making this research, everyone will be aware about the effectiveness of Microsoft Teams application as learning management system.
Let's now proceed to the statement of the problem. This study aims to know the perspective of senior high school students, grade 11 and grade 12 STEM E strand of Cabuyao Institute of Technology or CITech by knowing their perception about MS Teams as Learning Management System or LMS. Specifically, this seeks to answer the following questions. Statement of the problem number 1. What is the demographic profile of selected senior high school student of Cabuyao Institute of Technology in terms of grade level and section? Table number 4. Demographic profile of the respondents in terms of grade level. Grade 11 and grade 12 have the frequency of 125 with a total of 250, and both have the percentage of 50 with a total of 100. We therefore conclude that grade 11 and grade 12 have the equal number of respondents. As for our recommendation, for better results in future studies, researchers should increase the sample size of respondents in both grade levels. Table number 5. Demographic profile of the respondents in terms of section. All 10 sections have the frequency of 25 with a total of 250, and all 10 sections have the percentage of 10 with a total of 100. We therefore conclude that the number of respondents per section is equal. As for our recommendation, researchers should include other schools with the same grade level that use Microsoft Teams in future studies for better results.
Statement of the problem number 2. What is the perception of the students on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as learning management system in terms of usability, time efficient, expenses, real-time interaction? Table number 6. So here is our table for perception of the students on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as learning management system in terms of usability. Conclusion. Both grade 11 and 12 respondents have their own perception on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as an LMS in terms of usability of system. Generally, the grade 11 students strongly agreed with the usability of Microsoft Teams, while the grade 12 students agreed with this. Recommendation. Other schools may use Microsoft Teams as learning management system and conduct a research about their perception to see if the selected school had the same perception. Future researcher. They may consider the administrators and teachers as respondents for their further studies other than the students. Table number 7. Perception of the students on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as learning management system in terms of time efficient. Conclusion. The grade 11 and grade 12 students agreed that using Microsoft Teams as a learning management system is time efficient. Recommendation. School administrators should continue using Microsoft Teams since it is time efficient for students. Table number 8. Perception of the students on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as learning management system in terms of expenses. Conclusion. The grade 11 and grade 12 students agreed that Microsoft Teams is effective as learning management system in terms of expenses. Recommendation. For the students, parents and guardians, we encourage them to continue allocate a budget for their sons and daughters, though since Microsoft Teams requires internet. Number 7. For the school administrators and teachers, we encourage them to continue reducing the synchronous class schedules so that students don't need to have load every day.
Perception of the students on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as learning management system or LMS in terms of real-time interaction. Based on the table, grade 11 respondents general assessment weighted mean is 3.77 and their interpretation is agreed, while grade 12 respondents general assessment weighted mean is 3.62 and their interpretation is agreed. Conclusion. The students agree that the Microsoft Teams is effective in terms of real-time interaction. The students agree that they did not experience any problem during real-time interaction in Microsoft Teams. Also, Microsoft Teams is a tool where students can chat, call, meet, and collaborate with others in real time. Recommendation. For students and teachers, they are encouraged to more often use Microsoft Teams meeting tools like Together Mode, Dynamic View, and Whiteboard for more productive real-time interaction. Cabuyao Institute of Technology should continue in using Microsoft Teams as their learning management system because based on the response of both grade 11 and 12 students, respondents agreed on the study. Perception of the students on the effectivity of Microsoft Teams as learning management system or LMS in terms of convenience. Based on the table, grade 11 respondents general assessment weighted mean is 3.92. Interpretation agreed. While grade 12 respondents general assessment weighted mean 3.93. Interpretation also agreed. Conclusion. Their general assessment shows that the respondents agreed that Microsoft Teams is convenient to use as learning management system or LMS. Recommendation: for better learning experience, Microsoft developers should preserve the Microsoft Teams application's convenience while also improving it. Preserving Microsoft Teams' convenience and improving will make the app more capable in online schooling or class. Significant relationship between respondents' grade level and their perception of Microsoft Teams as learning management system or LMS in terms of effectivity. Factors affecting the effectivity of Microsoft Teams: usability of system, remarks, very low positive correlation, decision, accept null hypothesis. Time efficient, remarks, very low positive correlation, decision, accept null hypothesis. Expenses, remarks, very low positive correlation, decision, reject null hypothesis. Real-time interaction, remarks, very low positive correlation, decision, reject null hypothesis. Convenience, remarks, very low negative correlation, decision, accept null hypothesis. Conclusion: there is no significant relationship between respondents' grade level and their perception on Microsoft Teams as a learning management system in terms of effectivity. Recommendation: the future researchers may consider other demographic profile information other than the respondents' grade level utilized in this study for their future research. Also, for elementary school administrators, they are considered using Microsoft Teams as learning management system of their school. However, students should be guided with their parents or teachers in using Microsoft Teams. That's all. Thank you.